All right, so we are moments away from spring break 2017, and
Everyone decided to leave.
we're loving the very high faculty to student ratio at the moment too at the University of Montana. So I'm just going to go over Mariah's summary 3, and then we will be on our way to spring break. So let me just kind of blast through here and take an overview. See how this guy looks. Good. Okay, cool. All right. So far, it looks good. Looks like you've got all 6.
I think I did them for all 3, so I should have done them.
Okay, all right.
For all of them.
Oh, did you run it for the R squared also? Okay, super. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna go through here, and I'm just gonna be just a little bit picky on a few things and just give a few bits of advice. So, but overall, it looks good off the bat. So I like the table format. You've got your linear, quadratic, exponential. So good summary. You've also listed the time at which you grabbed each data point. So nice. You started at time 0. You went out 12 days. Then you went out.
Oh, that's a 10.
Was this 12 maybe or?
That should be 9 and then.
Okay. 12. 11. Okay.
So somehow I combined 9 and 11 to make 9.
Well. Okay, well that's cool. That's great. So you actually hit these pretty nicely on a every other day basis, and then you did a projection out to May 5th. So that's fantastic. My only thing off the bat, I'd say, throw a comma in there, just so it's a little more legible. That comma looks good. Population, CO2. And again, I'm just going to be super picky, so Control-Shift or Control- to get that to a...
Okay, yeah, I didn't know how to do that on Excel was my problem.
Oh.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
the same.
Oh, in Excel, yeah. Pop that guy up here. In fact, I'm going to pull up a summary too from Excel. Was that table from Excel when you imported it into Word?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
really
so that's
the best way to
thing
do
is,
it.
I think, I know how to do the subscript on, or the subscript on Word. It's just that when I, in Excel, it doesn't have the same options for me.
Right.
That's why I got it.
And you're running a Mac.
Yeah.
Your shortcuts might be a little
Yeah.
different.
I probably should have just Googled it.
That's all right. Yeah, I'll pull it up from 101. The shortcut that I always use at least on a PC, is Control-1. So Control, and it might work the same way on a Mac, but on the shortcut key to get to the formatting is Control-1. So for example, does that work? Nice. Yeah. So for example, if I had this guy here, and I did 0, and I put the 2, and Control-1 brings up the formatting, font, subscript. So yeah. Now then you could just take this whole table, copy it, and you paste it over as a text, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Worked pretty well. Normally, I would recommend against that. I would just come in
I
and
pasted it as the
Picture?
spreadsheet, and then I think I converted it to text.
oh, cool.
Because it was easier to on that.
Yeah. Oh, once you got inside, yeah.
Yeah.
Another one is just, hey, I just pasted it in as a picture, and then you can
Mhm.
do all your formatting words. So yeah, there's a couple options. Okay, so you got your population, and then just at first glance, okay, it went up and went up again. Do you have a number here yet?
Oh, so that's below.
Okay.
I did the calculations below, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so here's your linear projection.
Although, yeah, I don't have the.
So there's your linear projection. Here's your, we'll kill that decimal, kill off that tenth of a person. Throw that in there. Oh, and I think maybe that 3 was not to be a decimal.
Let's see.
Somehow ended up under 7 billion.
What I do see is that I think I made an error calculating the number of minutes to the end of the semester because it does not seem right. So that maybe, now that I'm noticing those answers seem low.
Well, yeah, this is a little bit of a red flag here in that the number of minutes should be, you know, if you're just counting up, that should be greater.
Yeah, let me do that calculation.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'll give you just a minute to focus on that while I pause.
That makes sense.
Up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mariah and I just spent a little time looking at some of the nitty-gritty in Excel. And one thing that we found is that if you're doing parabolic, which, or quadratic, this middle number can really affect the outcome. So if this number is above the line, you are going to get that negative. If it's below, you're going to get a positive. So you know the 2-month prediction is going to be very sensitive to exactly where that middle dot is. So be on the lookout for that. We also figured out how to get more significant digits on these guys. And then one other thing that I'm not seeing is that I would like to see is a plot of both.
Oh, okay.
And really all that comes down to,
I think I misunderstood the directions on that.
okay, and really all that comes down to is just, instead of just plotting this, you plot all three. So,
Okay, I thought that what you wanted was to plot like population by the other variable, so like forest loss as a function of population, so that's what I did.
I do want that too.
You did? Okay.
I want that too, yeah, yeah. So this is the first one, just to look at, and you've already done it. It's just a matter of putting those graphs, it's just a matter of putting,
Okay.
it's just a matter of putting population, and so all you're going to do is put these two on the same. Now, the other thing, this is maybe the confusion. I don't want the R-squared value for the variables as a function of time. I do want the R-squared value for one variable as a function of the other.
Okay, yeah, I just put the R-squared on all of the graphs.
Yeah, so just, yeah, so skip the R-squared for the first, but let's do hop forward and,
Yeah, so on that other graph, the R-squared is also high, and in my discussion, I talked about how, sort of like in a short window of time, or just in general, if you correlate two
Yeah.
things that happen to be both changing at a linear rate, you could say, oh, these two things are, like, there's a causal relationship.
Yeah.
Like, oh, since the 1800s, the number of pirates have decreased and the amount of CO2 has increased. It must be that there's not any more pirates. And that's nonsense.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, probably in this case, it makes sense because forest loss is dependent on, like, sort of market forces, which is dependent on population.
Yep.
So the demand for wood or the demand for
space, yep.
yeah, and
Yep.
so in that case, like, it probably makes sense. but
Exactly.
How closely those things are correlated, or if there's like maybe some type of lag between population change and forest
Mhm.
loss, it's not evident on that
Yeah,
graph.
right. No, but this is what I want. I mean, what I want to do is first, and is plot the variables as a function of time. All you have to do is put your CO2 and your population on the same graph, one being primary and the other one being secondary axis. And yeah, this,
Yeah, they have been helpful in the direction questions to like show.
An example?
Of the graphs.
Yeah.
Because I guess I missed that the other graph was what you were wanting.
Okay. So that looks good. And do you have CO2 as a function of population also?
I think I just did forest hills.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess my point is you've got the data, just put them together. And the other thing though too is when you're replotting, I do want to see I want to see the extrapolation. So I want to see this.
Okay.
I want to see this figure, not this one.
Okay. I see.
So once you plot that fourth data point, which you have,
I see. Okay. That
You-
wasn't clear to me in the directions.
okay. Once you have that fourth data point, so here's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I see the
4.
new updated.
Okay.
So it's, and
4.
also bolded those so that it's easier to find them.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I can do that now that I understand.
Well, yeah. Yeah, there are a lot more wrong ways to do it than right, so. Yeah, so those would be the 4. And I think you've got a new value for this now
Yeah,
based on your,
I
based on your resolution, so. Okay,
All
that's
right,
it.
I'll update those and
Yeah.
resubmit it.
Yeah.
Hopefully via Google if that works.
You just heard on Moodle, they were like, I just changed it, but I don't see it. They said this is the first they've ever seen something like that happen, so. As I mentioned, there's lots of different ways things can go wrong,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, that's like my mom, she's has like some term for it. There's like a term for people who like technology doesn't work for them.
Oh.
And where she'll be like, this thing happened on my computer, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. How would that happen? And then I look at it, it's like, yeah, how did that happen? Like,
It's the Oracle from the Matrix, right? Remember Neo goes in and he talks to the Oracle, and she's just sitting there smoking a cigarette in her kitchen, and she's like, no, I don't know how, I'm just here, I don't know. and then the architect says, oh yeah, the Oracle, she's kind of the fly in the ointment, because she's in there and is sort of working on more of a spiritual level, whereas the Matrix is running on this more technological. So there's a lot going
I
on.
think we just give her a bad time where like you just have some type of like I don't know, your electricity does not work with technology and it just causes things to happen. And she's like, yeah, there's apparently like some word for that that's a thing because it happens to multiple people. And she's like, see, it's real. Other people have this happen too. It's not just me. We're like, yeah, sorry, there's nothing we can do to help you.
That's right.
She's had like so many phones where she's like, my phone just isn't working. It just keeps doing this weird thing. And I'm like, I have no idea how to fix that because it doesn't make sense. It's super funny.
Okay. See you, in a week and a half.
Yeah, so then the problems that do next